I like starting these with questions. So let me ask you something simple, something soft, and something that might seem almost cruel. When you look in the mirror, do you see yourself? Or do you see the version of you the world trained you to be? Hold that question for a moment, if you feel like, obviously. Let it sting, just a little. Like salt and vinegar chips, uncut lips. There's a strange sadness in standing before a mirror. Not the sadness of age or imperfection, but the sadness of recognition. This is my body, but this is not myself. And yet the world around us loves to confuse the two. I pretend to care sometimes. Brush my hair, trim my beard, buy a shirt that fits well enough so I don't look like a ghost wrapped in laundry. But the truth is that most of the time I'm not thinking about my appearance. I'm thinking about my soul, my destiny, my inner storms and silent victories, the unseen part of me that will never fit inside a reflection. I know people who live inside fashion the way monks live inside scripture. Designer buyers, stylists, curators of image, architects of aesthetic identity. And I know the opposite. People who wear plainness like a shield, who insist appearance doesn't matter, while secretly shaping their identity around that plainness. But the truth I've learned is that nobody is truly free from caring. Not the glamorous, not the modest, not even the disheveled mystics wandering in sandals. Everyone, on some level, negotiates with the question, what do they see when they look at me? But what haunts me more than this is, when did appearance become the language of the soul? And why did we all agree to speak it? Lately, I've been fasting. 23 hours on, one meal, repeat. Not to lose weight, not to sculpt anything, but to practice restraint. To remember that I'm not driven by hunger. To remind myself my desires don't define me. My choices do. My meditations have sharpened. My mind feels lighter. My creativity came back like a flood. I spend less time thinking about food and more time thinking about God, purpose, art, you, the things that matter. And I think fasting may have taught me another lesson. When you stop obsessing over your vessel, your soul stops begging for attention, starts leading. I think of the human body as a ship. Some ships are polished, some ornate, some are covered in barnacles and moss, weathered by years of storms. But barnacles don't stop a ship from crossing the world. Appearance is surface, purpose is propulsion. And yet so many of us live as though we must redesign our hulls before we dare to sail. We wait to feel beautiful before feeling worthy. We wait to feel thin before feeling confident. We wait to feel desirable before feeling alive. We stand at the harbor of destiny and ask our reflection for permission. I keep wanting to say, let me talk to you, but I already am. Yes, you, the one listening right now, the one who knows exactly what I mean. You don't have to decorate yourself to be deserving of your own life. You don't have to hide what you feel behind fabric or brands or curated identity. You do not have to match your clothing to your trauma either. You don't have to disguise your tenderness with sharp eyeliner or oversized hoodies or excessive modesty or excessive confidence. You don't have to dress like the person you're afraid to be. And I'm sure you don't have to shrink your soul to match your silhouette. Maybe this is strange to say, but I see appearance as a measure of spiritual development, not in the way people think, not because looking good means you're evolved, not because looking plain means you're humble. No, I'm talking about the ability to remember. Your body is your vehicle, not your identity, not your worth, not your fate. Your body is the candle holder, not the flame. But what scares me lately is that many people live as though their appearance is their leash. They dress sad when they feel sad. They dress loud when they feel insecure. They dress expensive when they feel empty. They dress invisible when they feel unlovable. Clothes are not just clothes. To me, they're emotional armor. But armor becomes a prison when you forget you can take it off. Some people can't go outside without their image. Some people can't go inside themselves because of their image. And to me, both are forms of captivity. I think there are practical reasons to change how you look. If you dress poorly and it hurts your career, change it. If you dress too well and it drains your wallet, change it. If you show too much skin in a setting that demands modesty, adjust. If you hide too much because you fear being seen, experiment with showing a little. But do it consciously. Do it intentionally. Do it because you're piloting the ship, not because you're impersonating the barnacles. Barnacles are so cool. Appearance is a tool, not a truth. So for me, the real question is, how much of your identity is coming from the mirror and how much is coming from your soul? Because the mirror doesn't know you, it only knows your outline. And the world doesn't know you, it only knows what you show it. But you, the one listening, the one who breathes and dreams and loves and hurts, you're something the mirror can't reflect. You are not your body, you are not your haircut, you are not your clothes. You aren't your beard length or your hairstyle or your aesthetic category on Pinterest. Does anyone use Pinterest anymore? You are the consciousness piloting the vessel. Everything else is just weather. So I guess what I'm saying is, the next time you stand in front of the mirror, don't ask, do I look good? Maybe ask, do I look like someone ready to live? Because destiny doesn't care about appearances, but destiny does care about willingness, about courage, about truth. And the moment you stop letting your reflection dictate your behavior, you start walking faster toward the person you were always meant to be. And I think that's when the real journey begins.